All right. Hello, everyone. I'm trying to figure out how to position this because this video is sponsored by the coldest. Okay. The coldest water. And you guys can use code millions if you want 10% off. And there's a link to a weekly giveaway. Okay. I do have questions from my channel members that I'm going to get to first. I'm going to take my glasses off to read them. Okay. Someone wants to, Roxette has a couple of questions. She wants to know the difference between PUA and PEUC. So again, PUA claims are generally for those of us who are self-employed, gig economy workers, didn't have enough wages from a traditional W-2 employer, that kind of thing. And PEUC is just an extension for those of us who did at one point start off on regular unemployment and then get moved to the extensions, traditionally if we had a W-2 job from an employer. She also wants to know if she would need to report a volunteer position, because the question reads, did you work whether you were paid or not? I don't think you need to report a volunteer position unless it's a paid volunteer position, but those two terms don't normally go together. I know sometimes there's paid internships. You would probably report a paid internship, but if you just are volunteering and giving them your time and you're never going to receive compensation for that, I don't think that you would need to report that to the EDD. And she also wants to know, we filed our taxes before the third stimulus bill was signed. Do you know how to go about figuring out what someone should get back from the IRS for the $10,200 tax-free unemployment for 2020? Like, would it vary person to person based on adjusted gross income, or is it basically the same for everyone? That would vary based on your individual income. For me, it's going to be a savings of about $1,200, and that's at a 10% tax rate. But it's different based on the number of dependents you have and all of that. And again, I'm not a tax professional, so check with your tax professional to see how much that is going to save you. Delana says that she is having trouble getting through to the EDD and she's been trying for days. So again, the number that I usually call for the EDD is 833-978-2511. And after you listen to the long message, you're going to quickly hit 134. And that hopefully will get you through to a representative faster, but the call volume is very high right now, so it's very hard to get through no matter when you call and no matter what tip or trick you have. Also, if you can avoid calling Sunday or Monday, those are really busy days at the EDD, so maybe try and avoid calling Sunday or Monday. And Bartholomew says, if we're currently on Fed Ed and do not qualify for a new claim, will we be moved to a PEUC extension at our old award amount? Yes, for all of us filing new unemployment claims right now, if you don't qualify for a new claim, you're going to be kept on your existing claim and those extensions will be added to it. Now, a couple of things on that. They're not done programming the new PEUC extension yet, which some of the reps are calling PEUY, which would make sense. They called the last one PEUX, so now XYZ, this one is PUY. And if you've got paid under that third PEUC extension, PEUY, on your payment type, when you look at your claim history, it's going to say, sorry, my heater just turned on. I don't want that to be distracting for you guys. It's going to say extension tier 2 augmentation is how that's worded. And guys, just because you got the notice that the 29 weeks were added, it doesn't mean that you don't need to file a new claim once your benefit year is over. The EDD has tried to tell us so many different ways that unless you have a PUA claim, you do need to file a new unemployment claim once your benefit year is over. Okay, now jumping into the questions. Guys, I'll scroll all the way up. Aisha says, I'm Fed Ed, year ended March 13th, filed a new claim, got a denial letter. She's been able to certify, but it just goes on pending. Her claim says Fed Ed on extension with a balance of $800. So this is most likely because When we file that new claim, our claim goes to a third party for review. And the review process can take, I've been told, as little as 2 weeks, but the rep that I talked to actually told me up to 6 weeks for that review process to be completed. I hope it's not 6 weeks. I'm seeing a lot of people report that the review process took more like 3 weeks or 4 weeks. It's supposed to only take 2 weeks, but it could take longer. So once your claim is in review, even if you got denied that new claim, it still goes to review and you still have to wait for that process to be complete before you're paid again. But you can certainly call the EDD to make sure that that's the only reason why you're pending. Jane says, in Cali, still waiting for my first 13-week PEUC extension since February 8th. So Jane, unfortunately, you're going to need to call the EDD. Javi says, are they still updating the website? They are still updating people's claims through April 17th is when they think that it's going to update. Javi says his weekly pay got lowered with the update. So keep an eye on that. If you were Fed Ed and got approved for a new claim, unfortunately, you are going to receive that lower weekly benefit amount. But if you were PEUC and have a lower weekly benefit amount, they're supposed to keep you on the extension at the higher weekly benefit amount if your claim balance, not your claim balance, if your weekly benefit amount decreased by more than $25. Myra says, I got my award letter. I'm on a new claim, but my weeks are pending from last week, and today I was on PEUC, and now I'm on a new claim. Maybe that's why. It's most likely because the claim is still in review, but you can definitely call them. And then G says, hello, and good morning. Happy Sunday to all of you. I'm so sorry that we're still having all these issues with our unemployment claims. Please take a minute and like the video. I would really appreciate it. Joel says, something interesting about the 29-week extension. If that starts on March 14th, technically takes us way beyond the September 4th date. 29 weeks after mid-March is early October. We truly collect 29 weeks. I haven't counted the weeks, Joel. I'll do that. But right now they're saying September 4th. I haven't read anything about a phase out period or anything for this next one. So I will look into that. That would be great if it went a little bit longer. It would also be great if it was safe to go back to work and there were good jobs to go back to. Who knows what the future will hold. So yeah, hopefully we don't need benefits that long. But yeah, it goes through at least September 4th. Enrique says, I just started getting EDD on 1/10/21, and my benefit year ends on 1/8/2022, but my claim balance is only enough for one more payment and half a payment. I am on UI. What should I do, or what will the EDD do? So you're going to move to the first they're rolling out the PEUC extension in 3 parts now. So first, you'll get your claim loaded with 13 weeks of PEUC benefits. Then once that goes down to 0, they'll add 11 weeks of PEUC benefits. And once that goes down to 0, then you're going to get 29 weeks of PEUC benefits. But like we just talked about, it's only supposed to go through the week ending September 4th. So right now, how that stimulus bill is written, it's not going to get you any further than that I know of. I do need to look into a phase out period. LA Barbie, thank you for the donation. Yesterday, your claim balance updated and you got a message in your inbox of the determination for the 29 weeks added. That is great. LA Barbie, I'm not sure if you were on at the beginning. If your benefit year has ended, you guys still need to call and see if you qualify for a new claim. And I still recommend calling over hitting the file a new claim button, because sometimes the reps are able to kind of bypass officially filing a new claim and keep you on your extension based on the questions that they ask you when you call. So even though it's a pain to call, ultimately that should be faster than filing a new claim on your own. Regardless of whether you file yourself online or whether you call those EDD reps to help you, once they go through officially filing a new claim for you, that's when your claim is going to go into review, and that can take 2 to 6 weeks. Andrew says, I'm very happy to report that the 29 weeks is uploaded into my account, bypassing the filing and new year work. I feel a huge relief. I hope everyone gets updated by April 17th. Me too. Hannah Liza says, PEUC, no need to reapply. You do need to reapply. Once your benefit year has ended, your payments are going to get stuck on pending. The EDD has very clearly said once your benefit year ends, you have to reapply. Now, when I say have to reapply, it is possible that when you call these reps, that's like if they tell you you don't need to reapply, that is because of the way you've answered a question when you're on that call with them, or how you've answered what you've told them in the past when you've called. They can kind of put a note in your account, removes kind of like the pending flag that's on your account and keeps you on the extension. So even if you don't officially file a new claim, the reps have to do something on your account to make sure that you still get paid. So you're eventually going to need to call them once your benefit year has ended, unless you're on PUA. Now, some people ran out of benefits on March 13th and they haven't been able to certify and get paid. That they were just waiting on this new extension, which is starting to get programmed now. But if you're getting paid out for weeks, it's because those weeks are within your benefit year. Okay. You guys do need to reapply if you're on PEUC. Vanessa says, is it normal that people got a rep to bypass a benefit year, that they got no determination letter or invalid claim letter, just wait for PEUC 3? Yes, that is normal. And that's actually kind of the desired effect, is calling them and having them bypass officially filing a new claim, which is why I recommend calling instead of filing yourself. Because if they do that, it removes, then your claim doesn't go through review if they're able to bypass the official filing of a new claim. So it seems like 50-50. Some reps are able to do that, some reps aren't, and it's based on your answers. If you've worked at all since you first filed unemployment when the pandemic hit, they're going to have you file a new claim because they have to check to see if those wages qualify you for a new claim. George says, good morning, and he's a little confused with EDD. Aren't we all? Mike says, if California's unemployment rate goes lower than 6%, will we still see benefits till September 4th? I'm on PEUC. Yes. The only program that would go away if the unemployment rate dips below 6% here in the state of California is Fed Ed. That program could go away. But if Fed Ed suddenly went away, which it can and it can't, it would have to be below 6% for 4 consecutive weeks, and then Fed Ed would end. But then they would put you on the PEUC extension, which would still take you through September 4th. So if you're still unemployed by September 4th, they are going to add the extensions to your claim if you don't qualify for a whole new claim when your benefit year ends. And LA Barbie says, I was able to certify yesterday and both weeks say paid, but there's nothing on my card. Is it because I did it on a Saturday or just taking a bit longer? Yeah, that's probably because you did it on a Saturday. So it's not going to, because today is like a bank, because the banks are closed today. So the computer programming probably didn't hit until today. It's because you did it on a Saturday. I don't quite know how the back end computing works, because I don't know how the computers work. People say it won't mess it up, but every time that I've heard of somebody filing on a Saturday or certifying on a Saturday, it does not hit the card until Monday. So I wouldn't worry about that. And thank you for the donation. Let's see here. Scotty says, filed a new claim when my benefit year ended over the phone, effective 4/11, but didn't have income in 2020. Certified when my claim updated with the extension, and retroactive weeks have been paid. That's great. So it sounds like they bypassed officially filing a new claim because you reported you hadn't worked at all when you called them. So that's kind of the desired effect by calling them instead of filing yourself online. Peace can tell. If we're on maximum benefits paid right now, We just wait. We have until the 17th. If we don't see anything by then, we panic. Yes and no. If your benefit year has ended, you're also going to need to call the EDD to file a new claim. But if you just have maximum benefits paid and you're still within your benefit year, yes, it is supposed to automatically update by April 17th. Oh my goodness. I wrote down how to say your name, but I don't know if I have it because I'm not going to mess it up this time. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Where is it? Gonna do it right. Am I? No. I wrote it down on my little thing, but my little thing is all messy and I can't read it. Okay. So Genisanu. Oh my goodness. I can't say your name, but forgive me. I'm trying. Okay. I didn't qualify for a new claim and now I'm on my last 2 weeks of Fed Ed. What's next for me? Will I be automatically switched to another program? Yes, since you have already filed a new claim and got denied, yes, since you've completed that step, they should just put you onto the next PEUC extension, and that's going to take you through September 4th. Priscilla says, happy Sunday. So my question is, if I just recently certified for 3 weeks, but only got paid for 2, does that mean I won't be getting that? Not necessarily, but did your benefit year end between those weeks? If it did, then you're going to need to call and file a new claim. Jillian says, do you feel concerned that if COVID cases or a new variant rises again late summer, we will need more extensions if things get crazy again? It's scary, uncertain. It really is. Everything's very uncertain right now. And a lot of people are already starting to talk about a 4th stimulus package. And I think that that's possible, but I think that they're going to wait until September 4th when this one ends, then kind of see where the economy's at, where jobs are at, where the pandemic cases are at, and use that information to determine if they push benefits out even further. I will say that the last Great Recession back in 2008, 2009, they ended up extending unemployment benefits for 99 weeks, and they called those people the 99ers. So they could do that again. It's too soon to know, though. They will drag their feet till the absolute last minute if they do give us something else. That's what I think. Jillian says, oh, we just read Jillian's. Scotty says, my claim says on extension for 12 now. So will my claim still be under review? Yes. It goes into review once you file a new claim for about 2 weeks to 6 weeks. Enrique says, I just started getting EDD, but I only have enough for 1 payment. So yes. Your benefit year has not ended. They will put you on the extension next. And that should happen automatically since you are within your benefit year. Farah, thank you for the donation. And you say, certified last night, only paid 1 week. Still have a balance in your account on extension, 1 week pending. What happened? Farah, is it possible that your benefit year ended in between those 2 weeks? If so, that's normally what it is. But unfortunately, if you're going to have to call either way, if you need to file a new claim, the best way to do that is by calling, and you'll need to call them to find out why it's pending if it's not that you need to file a new claim. And I'm so sorry to say that. Anytime you guys are pending more than 72 hours, it means something's not quite right on your account, and you're going to need to call. I will say that occasionally the second week lags in switching over to Say Paid, and sometimes that does take care of itself, but really you're going to want to look at when your benefit year started, and if it's been 12 months since your claim started, you're going to need to file a new claim if you're not on PUA. Okay. Toya says, hey. Yep, Jonathan is responding to peace control. Thomas says, can I travel outside of the US if I'm on unemployment benefits? So the thing is, even though the work search requirement is still waived right now, you need to be able and available to accept work. So technically, if you're out of the country, no. But let's say you were willing to conduct a phone interview or a Zoom interview, and that for the right position, you would get on a plane and come right back and start the next day or the next week or whenever they wanted you to. And as you know, then I think that would be okay. The system's not going to know that you're certifying from outside of the US, but at the same time, you are supposed to be able and available to work, and you should be honest about that. Okay, so Linda says, tried to certify at midnight as my 29 weeks showed up. Yay, but sadly couldn't because everyone and their mom and their dog was trying to certify site crashed. Yeah, every Sunday that seems like that happens. I'm sorry, Linda. I hope you got through. And thank you for the funny comment. And guys, there's 317 of you in here and only 66 likes. So I'm going to ask you guys to like the video. It is sponsored by the coldest water. I'm going to take a drink from my cold water now. It gives you guys a good opportunity to like the video. Oh, and there's a link to a free giveaway, like in the description down below, if you guys want to try and win one of these water bottles. And if you guys want to use my promo code, it's millions, and it gets you 10% off your entire order. Let's see here. So we talked about why week 2 might have been pending. Michael, hopefully you heard that. Greg says, I certified today for my last payment. I was paid on PEUC Tier 2. My benefit year ends 4/26. Not sure what to do next. So they're going to reload your claim, but it's only going to take you through, it won't take you all the way through the 26th. Let me pull up the little calendar and see. So if your claim started on 4/26, that means your benefit year is going to end on Saturday, 4/24. So on about the 20th, you can start calling the EDD to see if you qualify for a new claim. And if you don't, then they'll keep you on the extension. Yes, George, PEUC augmentation. Michael, that's the one about why is week 2 pending. It's usually because 1 week was within your benefit year and the second week was not. That's normally what's causing that to happen. Frank says, my venue might have us work here and there if California opens in June. Will this flag me for endless hassles from the EDD? No, it shouldn't. You just report your earnings for the week that you worked. And if you still qualify for benefits, you'll get them that week. And if you don't qualify for benefits, you won't get them that week. And then next week, you'll just go back and certify. I'm actually back to work. So I've certified for 3 weeks. I don't know why it had me do the one weird week. 2 weeks, I worked over 40 hours. And so it listed fully employed next to them. But I was still able to certify for the 3rd week, but I made too much. And so I got the excessive earnings warning. But I do need to keep certifying because, like you, my hours are not stable right now. So there's probably going to be some weeks coming up where I'm not going to be paid enough to make it so that I don't get unemployment. So I need to certify for those weeks when I will. But that's pretty simple, and they seem to have a good grasp on how to make that work. Anthony says, I just got notified I was granted a new claim, but also got a DNCP. So I'm going to continue on existing claim until PEUC runs out, then get the new claim until 4/2/2022. So that's great. They're going to keep you on your current weekly benefit amount. That is good news. Oops. Uh-oh, guys, I lost my place. But it took me to Myra's, and Myra's having an SOS. So let's get to Myra's SOS, and then I'll try and find my place. Myra's SOS is, I filed for a new claim in January and wasn't approved. Should I refile again in order to be put on the new extension? No, if you filed in January and you weren't approved, They already know you need to stay on the extension. You should not need to file a new claim. And if you're wondering why you have that notice about filing a new claim, that's just a standard message that they put on everyone's claim. So if you've recently filed a new claim, like within the past 12 months, and you didn't qualify, you do not need to call. You don't need to call and file a new claim again. Okay. Yolanda, you're saying you're unsure should you call or file the new claim online. I really recommend calling, even though it's a pain to get through, because some people, the reps, if you call and you tell them that you haven't worked at all, they're kind of able to bypass the official process of filing a new claim. And if they can bypass that, then your claim doesn't get stuck in review. Okay, I'm scrolling back up again. Karen's reminding everybody to like the video, so I would really appreciate that as well. Thank you, Karen. Sorry, I'm just picking up some random comments while I try and figure out where the heck I am. Rusty's telling everybody that you have to call until they answer. That is true. One day I called like 83 times in a row. My phone got hot. It was terrible. And I shared earlier with Rusty that was my grandmother's nickname because she had red hair and she was not a traditional grandma. People call me Rusty. That's what she would say to people. So I like seeing that name because it reminds me of my grandma, a very non-traditional grandma. I'm still trying to figure out where I left off, guys. Okay, guys, I'm definitely not going to get to everybody's comment today, but hopefully you guys are helping each other in the chat, and that is great. And hopefully when I answer someone else's question, hopefully it also answers your question. Okay. I found my place. So we are in Jennifer's question. I filed the new claim and received an award that I worked for 2019 and 2020. I called the EDD before the extension kicked in. EDD said I'm not qualified, so I will be moved to the old claim. So yes, Jennifer, that's correct, but it sounds like you filed either with them on the phone or yourself online and you just called to confirm. So that award letter, you most likely also got a determination invalid claim letter, number 1277. And if you got that, that kind of supersedes the award letter. So for me, when I reapplied over the phone with a rep. First rep told me I had to do it myself online. I didn't like that answer, so I did call back and spoke to a rep who helped me file over the phone. So sometimes even filing with the rep over the phone can take more than just one call, but that's what I did. And first, I got the invalid claim notice. Next, I got the award letter. And then next, it's telling me again about whether I want checks or the B of A debit card. So you still get all those letters, even if you don't qualify for a new claim. And the determination letter, invalid claim 1277, takes precedent over the award letter. So yes, but you'll be kept, even if you're denied a new claim, you'll be kept on your existing claim. But once you file that new claim, it does put both your old and your new claim into review, and you will not get paid until the review process is complete. Jonathan saying he still has a $0 balance. So they still have until April 17th to update the claims. So hopefully it's just in the process of updating. Joseph says, do I know anything about ID.me? I do. I've got a couple videos on it. So what you're going to want to do is try to log on from a desktop instead of from your phone or laptop. That seems to be a little bit better. When you're taking a picture of your ID, make sure to use a dark background. When you're taking your selfie, make sure to have good lighting. People say like outdoors. It's unfortunately pretty normal that it takes 5 hours and up to speak with a referee if you need to do that part of the ID.me verification process. And if you're really struggling, reach out to them on Twitter and their CEO, Blake Hall, on Twitter, and also possibly ID.me and Blake Hall on Instagram. That CEO is pretty responsive on those platforms, and that might help you with any other trouble you're having. Anime Thighs says, I got my EIP card and it had $2,000 in it. I have my mom as a dependent. Are they sending me her stimulus check through me? I'm a little confused because I thought that was going to be a tax credit. 2,000 is a interesting amount because that should be, did you get, so the stimulus checks were $1,200, $600, then $1,400. So it sounds like maybe you got your second and your third stimulus check on that card. And that doesn't sound like it's your mom's. That amount doesn't sound right to me. Johnny says, I certified today successfully for 1 week. Now it says check back to after the 25th. So that automatically set up. Yes, it just puts you onto a new certification cycle. Okay, guys, drinking the coldest water that is still cold, in case you're wondering. I do like cold water. Some people like room temperature water, but if you like cold water, this is the bee's knees. All right, let's see here. And guys, don't worry. All of my videos are not going to be sponsored, but I'm drinking water anyway, so I might as well. Work with them. And I like the bottle. So it's kind of cool. And there's a giveaway linked in the description. So check that out if you're interested. But I know this is, probably a little distracting. So I promise you it won't be in all the videos. Just every once in a while. Okay. Do you qualify for golden stimulus if on CalFresh only? No dependents, live in California under 30,000. So you would qualify because you may have an adjusted gross income of under 30,000. The CalFresh doesn't have anything to do with it. There is a different program, CalWorks, which is different than CalJobs. CalWorks people would qualify for that credit, but that's not the same as CalFresh. But you should qualify for that because you made under 30,000. So, and I don't think they've started distributing that yet. Okay. Let's see here. Brian, thank you for the donation. Brian asks, claim ended 3/22. Remaining balance and 2 weeks pending. Filed over the phone Thursday. Today I have a new year end and my weekly amount went from 376 to 88. Can't receive payment with part-time job. Okay, so they should be fixing that shortly. That is just some sort of error because unless you were on Fed Ed and it went down to $88, then if your new claim is only $88, that might mean that that's all you get. So I hope maybe you were PEUC and that you're going to get like a letter saying you'll stay at your old amount. But if you move from Fed Ed and were approved for a new claim, unfortunately, they might honor that lower amount. And yeah, it's going to be really hard to work at all and still get unemployment benefits with an amount as low as $88. The EDD doesn't count the first 25% of what you make. Let's do the math on how much you could make. So to do this math, to find out how much he could make if he's only getting $88, the fastest way is to take 88 times 1.33, which equals 117, but then you still need to get $1 from the EDD. So you could make $116. And minimum wage here in Los Angeles is $15. So you could work roughly like under 8 hours. That's all you could work and still get some benefits. I know at my job, we actually are having some employees back and they're only working one shift, but yeah, it's going to be hard to do work and still stay on your claim. So if you were Fed Ed qualified for a new claim and the new benefit amount is $88, unfortunately, that's going to be all you get. You will still get that extra $300 boost. So hopefully that helps stretch things out. And Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. I'm sorry because I know that that's probably not the answer you were hoping for. Jesus says, I was only able to certify for 1 week. Help. So that's because I got it a little wrong in one of the videos I did, guys. It's because the EDD's programming still reflected some old stimulus rules and guidelines. So they had it set up that PEUC extension tier 2 was set to expire, that phase out period, on April 10th. And so the computers still kind of thought that that's when the extension was ending. That's actually not what's going to happen, but the programming wasn't updated. So you had to certify this week. It's going to change your certification cycle. You should be able to certify again in 2 weeks. Okay, Farrah Love, thank you again for the donation. You were paid 1 week, not paid the second week. Tier 2 PUA claim. So if your extension tier 2, that would be PEUC, not PUA. So if it says extension tier 2, that would be PEUC, and you would still have to reapply. It wouldn't, and you did go past your benefit year. You got a call. I'm so sorry, Farrah Love. I know that that's not what you want to hear either, but you're going to have to call them. But was the 1 week paid within, don't donate, I'll find your question, but like, I'll scroll down and then I'll scroll back up. So answer in the comments right now. Was the first week paid within your benefit year and then you were able to certify? Was the second week outside of your benefit year? That's what I tend to think happened with yours. But even if that's not what happened, you're going to have to call them to find out what did happen and why that's going on. So Farrah Love, I'm scrolling down to look for your question right now. Oh dear. You guys. All right. I see the SOS from Jerome. I'll try and get to that in a second. And Ange, thank you for the donation. I see that. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Oops. Violet, you're welcome. I'll get to your question hopefully in a little bit. Okay, Farrah Love. Farrah Love, I'm looking for your comment to find out when does it say your claim year started? Guys, I can't answer all the SOSs. I will try, but I might not be able to get to them all. Ashton says, Fed Ed benefit year 322, refiled, not approved for new claim. 329 had 1 week paid, 1 week pending. Pending paid 3 days later. Today, same thing. 1 paid, 1 pending. On review, EDD rep said. So yeah, that's weird that it went to that 1 got paid and the other went pending, and then it was paid in 3 days. So usually what the reps are telling people, and my understanding is that when that claim's in review, that you're not going to get paid while the claim is in review. So that's a little strange. There are a couple of triggers or flags on Fed Ed accounts. There is one flag that occurs when your benefit year ends. And then there's another flag that pops up when your claim balance hits 0. Did your claim balance hit 0 this week? Anyway, I hope your second week turns to paid again in 3 days. Thank you for saying you love the channel, and thank you for the donation and sharing your experience. Brittany says, benefit year ends 4/19. Last week, the balance was 0. Got a message extending 29 weeks. New balance now shows on home page. Need to file a new claim or call? Yes, you are still going to need to file a new claim, because it's probably going to tell you to come certify again on what's it going to be? 4/25. Yeah, 4/25. It's going to tell you to certify, but on 4/25, when you certify again, you would only be paid for the week ending April 17th. That second week would most likely get stuck in pending because that second week would be outside of your benefit year. All right. I hope that made sense. Thank you for the donation. Jason says, I was on PEUC and the benefit year ended 3/15. I was still able to certify after, but all pending. So I filed a new claim, then got a DE 238 form. Should I be concerned? I'm going to Google DE 238. I don't think that should be a big worry. I think you should still get paid, but I got to look and see what the DE 238 EDD. What are you? Okay, this is giving me a flight. Was the claim is put on that failure to comply could result in a disqualification and possible overpayment? You're going to need to call them to find out what's going on with that and what you need. Oh, no, I'm seeing that that's a work search requirement. Jason, is that the work search requirement? The work search requirement standard thing that they send out to everybody. So if that's the work search requirement, that's still waived as of now. But as cases get lower and businesses open up, I know that other states are starting to, require people actually list their work search. And I would expect that before September that they're going to start asking us to fill that in again. Okay, you guys, there's a lot of donations. I'm going to have trouble keeping up with those. I want to try and get to everybody's question. I don't want people to feel like they have to donate in order to get their questions answered, but I appreciate the donations. So thank you. I'm going to do those donations and then try and get back into the chat. NC said, I'm back to work. NC, I work in a movie theater too. Did you know that? I feel like you may have. That's awesome. You still have 3 weeks in pending after filing a new claim. Will my employer dispute the new claim? No, they shouldn't. No. No, they're not going to dispute the new claim, especially because if you're still on reduced hours and you're still not getting enough to get that excessive earnings warning, like, you should be okay. Your employer should not dispute that claim. If for some reason they did, you would appeal that decision. And in 97% of the cases, 92 or 97% of the cases I've read, that they side with the claimant. But your employer should not do that. If they do, they're not very nice. If they're not giving you the hours, but they shouldn't do that. And thank you for the donation. Which Regal? Is it the LA Live? Okay, let's see. All right, you guys, I'm gonna maybe skip around. Oh, Pharaoh Love is saying yes. 1 week was within your benefit year and the other is outside. Then that's why. So you got to call the EDD. You got to give them a call, because that means that the 1 week was able to get paid because it was still within your benefit year. The second week was not able to be paid because it's outside of your benefit year. So you're going to have to call them. I know that is not what you want to hear, but that's what's going on. All right, Farrah Lev, thank you. I'm glad we cleared that up. All right. Tommy Thompson, thank you for the donation. I'll look out for a question from you. I'm just kind of skipping around, but I know I lost my place, so that means take a second, like the video. Oh no, Myra, you said you paid. Myra, I feel like I got your question because I saw your SOS and I thought I answered it. Myra, I'm going to look for all your SOSs because I sure saw those and I answered them, but I'll answer it again. Thank you, George, for the donation. You guys, I don't know why it's not popping all of those up for me to see. Aaron wants to know, if I backdate my claim, will it eat up my claim balance? It shouldn't, because all of our claims should all be taken through September 4th. Okay, so Aaron's saying that he refiled and certified today, but everything's changed and his new claim, but he's stuck on pending. That's going to be because it's in the review process. Queen Warrioress wants to know if not filing taxes, or will filing taxes interrupt benefits, or will not filing? It shouldn't. It should not. I haven't done it, and it's okay. Oh, Myra, when should my extension be approved? So Myra, it by the 17th, but if you filed a new claim, that can take 3 weeks just to find out about the new claim. And then you can, then the claim's in review. So the whole process can take between 2 weeks and 6 weeks to be completed. Karina says that they love cold water too. So you should enter to win one of these coldest water bottles, and that link is in the description down below. Nicole, thank you for the donation. You reapplied last week with 1 week paid. This week's 2 weeks able to certify. Shows benefit year 321 through 322. Asked job search details. New certification says not paid. All right, that sounds like a mess, quite honestly. I'm sorry to say that. So about the job search details, it's going to ask you that. Sometimes it's going to take 2 weeks for it to quit asking you that. I just looked, I made a short, 1 minute video earlier today that I wasn't quite ready to come on camera. So I just put a picture of me up. The work search requirement, according to the EDD website, is still waived right now. So once it gets for the place where it's asking you the job search details, there's a button that says skip on the bottom. You should still be able to hit that skip button and still get paid without issue. I'm thinking that the not paid is because that they're going to actually end up keeping you on the extension on your old claim. That's what I'm thinking. But anytime it says not paid, really when your claim says not paid, disqualification, or you've been pending for more than 72 hours, most of the time it's going to take a call to get that all sorted out with them. All right, Lily, thank you for the donation. You certified for the augmentation. Could not have done. Thank you. I would not be a good therapist. I don't know. I have cried on some of these lives, because I have a bleeding heart. Some of you guys have told me that you've had to move into your cars, or that you've gotten, that you've lost your place to live. That stuff touches me. I don't have the stomach for it. This stray cat that I posted the picture of that got sick. I'm kind and I like helping people, but I don't think I could do that. Plus, I may seem like I've got my life together, but I probably don't. So I don't know if I make a good therapist. But thank you so much for the donation. That was super sweet. All right. Jerome says, I certified everything went through and it says paid. But when I check my card, it's not there. Any answers? So that could be like LA Barbie was saying, where she certified on Saturday for some of these missing weeks and it just hasn't hit. It should hit by tomorrow morning. Also, if you certified today, and it already went to paid, it for sure wouldn't hit till tomorrow morning either. Anyway, Jerome, if it hasn't switched, if it's not on your card tomorrow morning, that's when you got to call them. I like that you guys have come up with this SOS thing. All right, I see Aloha State of Mind posting a lot, so let's get to theirs. I received all my payments and now have zero balance, tier 2, but my claim benefit ends 4/19. Will I not get paid for the week until then? So did you just certify today? If so, what I think will happen, sometimes it knows that you only have 1 week within your benefit year, but what I think is going to happen is that you'll be told to certify again on the 25th, but because your old benefit year started on 4/19, that means that your benefit year ends on Saturday the 17th, because the claim always is going to end on a week ending Saturday. So you would be able to certify for both weeks on the 25th, but one would go to paid and the other would go to pending. So 4/19, 4/17. You could start calling, maybe not today, and Monday's always really busy, but starting Tuesday the 13th, you could go ahead and start calling the EDD to get in the process of filing that new claim. or having the rep bypass filing a new claim so that your claim doesn't go into review. Johnny says, are you supposed to wait 1 week and not get paid? I got paid 410, but not 43. Okay, that's not normal. So yeah, to get paid the second week, but not the first week, that's definitely an issue that unfortunately you're going to have to call. All right. Jamie says, where do you see what extension you're on? All mine says is benefit year 12/2019 on extension. I had to certify today for 1 week when I just did it last Sunday. So what that's about is in the old stimulus bill, they had a phase out period for the PEUC tier 2 extension. And so the computer programming thought that PEUC was still going to end on 410. It's not going to. It's going to get extended. They're keeping the extensions PEUC, PEUC tier 2, PEUC tier 2 augmentation, which the reps are kind of calling PEUY. But since the computer program thought that PEUCX, PEUC extension tier 2, was ending on 410, it made everybody certify again this week. It's going to change your certification cycle, and you'll certify again in 2 more weeks on April 25th. You guys know when I drink water to take a minute and like the video. I got to text somebody, sorry, my address, they're coming to borrow my recording camera. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm sorry. I know this is so rude. So I'm sorry. I feel like a terrible person. Okay, hold on. 2 seconds. 2 seconds, guys. Why is she asking me now, though? She says she wants to leave now. Okay. All right. Sorry. Okay, back to your questions. All right. And again, I'm skipping around because we are kind of towards the end of the live. I'm not going to get to everybody's question. I feel terrible about that, but hopefully when I'm answering someone else's question, it will also answer yours. So Aaron, no, if you backdate to December, it won't eat up your claim balance. It might, but there's still extensions that are going to take you to September 4th. So right now, September 4th is kind of the last date that any of us are going to really get benefits. We might qualify for FedEd if unemployment is still high. But pretty much no matter what you do, your claim's going to go through September 4th. So I don't see any harm in backdating it. Esther wants to know, how long did it take to get my award letter after the invalid claim letter showed up? I would say about 5 to 7 business days. So Esther's question is in regards to what I said happened when I filed a new claim on the phone. The first rep told me I had to file myself online, but I didn't think that was true. So I really wanted them to file for me because I was hoping they could bypass totally reapplying, but they couldn't. Then I got the invalid claim letter number 1277, determination invalid claim 1277, that said I don't qualify for a new claim because I don't have enough work history. Then after that, I got an award letter that takes my claim all the way through, or sorry, it said that I qualified for a new claim. A little pop-up came up on my computer. Then after that, I got like a letter saying about my payment options. But because I got the 1277 letter, I'm not going to get a new claim. So the 1277 invalid claim letter kind of just makes the award letter not valid, basically. So if you get the invalid claim notice, even if you get an award letter, you're not going to get a new claim. So about 5 to 7 days is when that came. But the award letter kind of doesn't matter because the claim is going to be invalid for sure. Okay, P. Parth, thank you for the donation. On FedEd extension, my benefit year ended February 14th, and I called and they changed pending to paid. Now today, on FedEd balance, I got paid 1 week and pending second week. Is the second week bring your FedEd balance down to 0? Because I can't remember exactly what you're going to just have to call them. Although we did just have somebody say that theirs went to paid after 3 days. So wait 72 hours, because 72 hours can be normal for your claim to stay pending. And sometimes that second week will go to paid, but if in 72 hours it doesn't switch to paid, then you'll need to call them again. I want to try and find something because I feel like I'm not explaining this right. I am going to look at my phone, but this is try and find something that'll help those of you that are on Fed Ed. This is from a thread on the Facebook group that I'm in from the moderator. We have a lot of chat, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it quickly. Hold on. Oh dear. Okay, I don't think I'm going to find it in time. I really want to, though, because it really kind of explains why Fed Ed. Basically, the admin on the Facebook group says that it's normal for Fed Ed claims to get flagged twice, and that Fed Ed claims are going to need to call the EDD twice. Once is when your benefit year ends, and then the other is supposed to be, I could swear, when your claim balance hits 0. But if it doesn't switch to paid in 72 hours, you'll unfortunately have to call them. And thank you for the donation. You're still on your benefit year, but 0 claim balance, and benefit year ends on 4/26. What will happen next, and what should I do next? Okay, so Ange, thank you for the donation. I know that you were trying to get my attention in the chat. I'm so sorry I missed it. I don't want people to feel like they have to donate, but it does help me see the comment. I have to be honest, because it pops it up. So thank you for the donation. And here's what's going to happen on your account. So your benefit year, since the start date of your claim was 4/26, that actually means that your benefit year is going to end 4/24. So you'll be able to certify, depending on your certification schedule. If you just certified today, you'll be able to certify on the 25th for the 2 weeks ending April 17th and April 24th. You should get paid both of those weeks. By then, the new extension should be loaded because they have till April 17th for that claim balance to be increased. So by April 17th, you should get the notice that you're going to get the extension. But on the 25th, when your claim expires, you're going to need to call the EDD and file a new claim. So once that benefit year ends, you guys have to call. The EDD rep that you talk to may not officially have you go through the process of filing a new claim. They can sometimes bypass it depending on who you get. If you qualify for a new claim, you would go on to the new claim. If you don't qualify for the new claim, they keep you on the extensions on your existing claim. And yeah, so you will need to call them once that benefit year ends. But you should be able to certify again, and that claim balance should be increased by the time you certify again. All right, I'm going to drink a little bit more water, guys. So if you guys could like the video, that would be amazing. Carl Winslow, that is a good screen name. You had $2,000 cleaned out from your account 2 months ago, passed the verification, so that's good, but now it's in review. If it's not one thing, it's another with me. That's happening to a lot of people. When you file that new claim, it does go into a review. Hopefully, they'll complete that process quickly. I just saw someone ask, if you're PUA, do you need to file a new claim? No, you do not. Okay. I'm skipping around. Since I have somebody coming over to pick up something from me, I do need to go pretty much right on time today. Maria says she's been pending for 4 weeks. Maria, you've got to call the EDD, ask them why you're pending. When you've been pending for 4 weeks, also please enlist the help of your assembly member. Email them so that you have something in writing. Whenever you're pending for more than 72 hours, please do these 4 things. Call the EDD, ask them why you're pending. Then use the Ask EDD feature on the EDD website. Then use the Contact Us feature once you're logged into your UI Online account, and email your assembly member. I prefer emailing them over calling because then there's a written trail of exactly what they've told you. Okay, you guys have figured out how to get my attention with these little alarm bells. So let's do Jesse's, because Jesse wants to have a party and have a siren. Alarm. I don't know. Okay. Sorry, guys. I get a little wonky at the end of these. Jesse said that they applied online for a new claim and got approved in only 1 week. I had 1 week pending. I called and got paid yesterday. Don't be afraid to apply online. Yeah, Jesse, that's actually good advice. There's nothing wrong with filing yourself online, but this is so weird. So your claim didn't go into review, because a lot of claims do go into review, and then that can take 2 to 6 weeks, I'm told. I'm wondering, Jesse, had you previously verified your ID through ID.me? Because that might have helped speed up the process as well. But yeah, there's nothing necessarily wrong with just filing a new claim yourself online if you have that option. But for most people, it's going to put your claim in review, and I'm told that takes 2 to 6 weeks. Some reps are going to have you file officially a new claim with them online anyway, but some reps are able to bypass it. And Jesse filed online, guys, and got like his whole account taken care of in a week. So maybe go ahead and file online. Maybe that's better even. I have had somebody else tell me that they had perfect success just doing it themselves online. And the EDD has said that they're going to send you a message, but really the only message that I've seen them put is sometimes there's a link on your homepage that says reapply. Then also for a lot of us, there's the option when you first log in to file a new claim or manage existing claim. So just hit file a new claim if it's at the end of your benefit year. There's nothing necessarily wrong with filing yourself online. Just the method that I prefer is calling, because sometimes they're able to bypass it. Okay, guys, I only have time for one more question. So I'm going to do Kay's question. Miss Millions. P.S. Millions is the code to get 10% off if you guys want a coldest water bottle. And there's a giveaway link in the description down below as well. And this video is sponsored by the coldest water. Says, my EDD, no, it is an EDD end date is 77 to 19. So I'm assuming I'm going to have to file in July of that time of year because I'm on the PEUC. Yes, that sounds right to me. But the 77 part is confusing. So, but probably you mean to say July of 2019. Although it's at some point you've probably already had to see if you qualify for a new claim. So we'll see as your claim goes a little bit further along. Sally says, hi. Oh, George, you want to try and ask your question real fast and see if I can get to it? Don't say, dang, Shelly, just re-ask the question. I am towards the bottom of the question. Queen Warrior S says, what about filing? Oh, Queen Warrior S, I did your question earlier, but you must have stepped out. So, no, not filing your taxes shouldn't mess with your benefits. Ka says this whole thing is confusing. It sure is. Sorry, guys, excuse me. Okay, I'll do one more quick question. Sherry's was the first one that popped up. So Sherry, yours is really, really going to be the last question. I was told on my UI online to come back and certify on 4/11. I had a balance of 303. Year-end date is 4/24. Today, I went in and told me I had to file a new claim. Everything is gone off my page. Refiled. Okay. So that just seems like a statement. So that's okay. Okay. So Tina says, benefit year hasn't ended, but exhausted money. Do I just wait? Yeah, the EDD is still completing the programming for the next PEUC extension. So while they're doing that programming, which they've said that now they expect to complete by April 17th, then your balance should increase. Val, hun, ask me your question again. I'll try and get to it. Val, do it. Oh, Emily, I don't see the sticker yet. It hasn't popped up, but thank you. And Val, don't cry, Val. Do your question. These must come up really slowly. Oh yeah, Kay says, we'll do Kay's, and then hopefully that gives Val time to type her question. So July 7th, 2019. So yeah, Kate, probably July of 2021, you're probably going to have to reapply. But I'm wondering if somehow they may have already checked on your claim and they may be able to keep you on the extension. Your claim is kind of called what's called a grandfathered claim. So I won't know. Some of the grandfathered claims do not seem to have to file a new claim, but I won't know in your case until closer to July. So, July 7th. Okay. That's the day after my birthday. I think Sani's claim is also ending that day. I don't know if she's in here today. All right, I'm trying to look for Val's question. Val, type it again. It's not popping up. All right, I'm going to scroll a little bit and try and look for, oh, wait. No, I thought I saw it, but now I don't. Val, I want to try and do your question because you were crying. Okay, I'll do Lucio's question, and then maybe Val will retype her question. Okay. My benefit year ended, and I still haven't received the notification to file a new claim. I still have weeks to certify, and I'm on an extension. How do I file a new claim? So the best way to do it is, in my opinion, to just call the EDD reps and have them help you. But maybe you're on Fed Ed. Some Fed Ed claims do seem like they're able to file past their benefit year and get paid. So if you're on Fed Ed and you're getting paid without problems, wait until you're stuck on pending to give them a call. All right, let's see if Val has re-asked her question yet. Mike 818, I don't see Val's question. So Mike and Val, I'm looking for it, or if anybody knows what Val's question was, type it. And I will try and get to it. I want to try and do Val's, but I don't see it. All right, so let's see here. Carmelina says, I reapplied and went back to work with less hours, but today that said excessive earnings. So unfortunately for that week, you won't receive any unemployment benefits. Jenny, oh my God, Jenny Silver popping in at the end. Jenny helped find Val's comment. So Jenny is working for me on my channel in addition to posting 2 videos a day on her channel, plus going live. Jenny Silver just hit, well, she probably hit it a little while ago, but she hit 50K subscribers on her channel. That's a big deal, you guys. That's for, and thanks for all of her help that she gives everybody. I just really want to hype her up because I think that's so exciting. You guys, YouTubers we get a silver play button if we hit 100,000 subscribers, and Jenny's halfway there in a year. Okay, so Jenny found Val's question, so let's get to it. I'm on PEUC X2. My year ended 4/5/21. My old claim gave me a date to certify 4/11. I certified under my old claim and it went pending to paid with an updated balance. So that seems like a statement though. Let's see. Oh, Jenny, thank you. Okay, so I'm not sure what the question is there. If you were able to certify on your old claim, Val, and you got paid with no problem, and it updated the balance, then that sounds like they're keeping you on the extension with no problems. So that should be a good thing. Jenny, did I miss something on that? I don't know. Because that sounds like a good thing. That would be the desired effect, is that you're kept on the old claim. Jenny, everybody's so excited to see you pop in. So is that the whole? I have to drink a sip of water. Look, Jenny, I'm doing a sponsorship again, just in time too, because my throat got super dry. You guys know when I take a drink of water, please like the video. And if you're interested in your own coldest water bottle, you can use code MILLIONS to get 10% off your order. And there's a giveaway in the description down below. Okay, guys, I do have to go. It sounds like Val, that's a good thing. If you were able to certify and get paid on your old claim, then that should be good. Sounds like they're keeping you on your old claim. Okay, I gotta go, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Guys, go watch one of Jenny Silver's videos. And if you're watching, do it on her most recent one and comment like congratulations on 50K because it's just amazing. I'm so excited for her. Okay. Mike 818 is saying it doesn't let me reapply. Sorry, as I'm scrolling to see if I missed something, like then I saw Mike's. It's saying it doesn't let him reapply. I really recommend calling and filing with them over the phone anyway. So that is what I would recommend in that case. All right, that's the last one. Gotta go today, guys. I'll see you next time.